hip flexion, again, we combine it with knee flexion because I'm not going to get as much flexion going this way. Better than most. Okay? So, one hand underneath the knee supporting, the other hand kind of cupping the heel, cupping the calcaneus here in the calf as we bring her into full hip flexion. And again, it's going to be glute max as well as inferior capsule that might limit. Now, what do you see here? What else? Yeah. Can you guys see that? Not so much, but a little bit. So what does that mean? Pelvis is posterior rotating. But why is this hip popping up? Because the iliopsoas is tight, or hip flexor's tight. Okay, and it's not staying extended. But anyway, that we'll get to stretching a little later. So here's hip and knee flexion combined. Okay, just kind of switch my hands around a little bit. I tend to scoot this way just a little bit. When I do internal and external rotation, I tend to kind of support their thigh against my body a little bit. Again, they can be more relaxed for it to be truly passive because I have more contact area now. Keep her at about 90 degrees of hip flexion, and then we're just going to go external and internal. Okay? External, internal. Okay? Bring her back down. Again, support underneath the knee here, so we're not letting her fall into hyperextension. And we're going to come, sorry, that's all right. We'll make it work. Out and back in. Okay? And we already talked about what might be limiting there. Right? On your side. Right side. Okay? Hip extension. Again, my one hand, again, broad contact as much as possible, is reaching underneath with my forearm against her whole calf and then sort of grabbing the front of her knee. And then my other hand is really relaxed, is really stabilizing at this hip and iliac crest here. So that as I bring her into hip extension, if my finger's on ASIS, once I start to feel that rotating anterior, that's it. That's all the extension we have. So we go from a somewhat flexed position to right about there is her full hip extension. And again, that's where I said I could take her further, but that's all anterior rotation of her pelvis now. Okay, and I may or may not want that. You know, if I'm working on passive range of motion of the hip for some reason and she has a back problem, I may not want her to go into that anterior rotation, which is causing an increase in lumbar lordosis because that could be causing some problems in regards to her back. We won't get into right now. So there's your extension. Okay, this is